Good morning, beautiful souls. I am wanting to talk about something really important to me. It's been going on for me in the last 2 weeks, nonstop. Actually, I have a story to tell you that just happened 15 minutes ago. So, we are going to talk about embodiment and the law of attraction. So, in our spiritual journey, we're going to start off with that. In our spiritual journey, we learn so much knowledge. We read books, we watch podcasts, we watch YouTube channels just like this one, and we learn a lot about spirituality, a lot about meditation, a lot about shadow work, a lot about healing ourselves. From our past, from our childhood wounds that we carry with us into adulthood. Because of a lot of us, all of us, if we are aware, when we hit adulthood and we're still acting like a child, it's because we haven't went back in our childhood and cleared out the wounds to be the adult we need to be. You can tell this in people that are very angry at little small things that happen. They're embodied the 5-year-old child, but they haven't embodied the adult yet. And so that's what we want to talk about today. And to get to be the person that you're wanting to be, you have to embody the being of them. So, if you're going to be, say you wanted to be a lawyer, you're in a fight most of the time in a lawyer's, in a judge room or whatever, and you can't act like a 5-year-old. So you would have to go in yourself and heal the wounds that would trigger you to become this 5-year-old that you were or are right now. I have no 60, 70-year-old people that are still 5-year-olds in their arguments. That's okay. Some people are not on this journey and is not going to be on this journey, and we have to be okay with that. But for the last 2 weeks, I have been ill. I have been not ill enough to where I couldn't work or anything like that, but I just not feeling good in my body. So I was like, journaling my spirituality. What do you want me to know? God, what do you want me to know? Higher self. What are you trying to tell me? And at first it was like, just be in your body, feel your back, feel whatever's going on with you, and just journal on that. And then this morning when I did my meditation, and it's so funny how I was doing this video about embodiment, everything you say you want, you're not embodied. Not everything. Now, some of the stuff I have embodied completely. Like I meditate every single day. I have totally embodied that. I can feel my body being different if I do not do the meditation. So even sometimes if I forget it, which I hardly ever do now, if I forget to meditate, I will jump back on and do it. It might be later on the day or when I remember, oh my gosh, I need to do that, because this gives my nervous system peace throughout the day. So that's one thing I have embodied, but doing the other things I haven't embodied yet. So like my YouTube channel, I haven't embodied it all the way. I do it every Sunday, but I don't do it all the time. And I do it, I do a little bit of editing, and I get in the mode of let's do it. And then I fall back out. But my meditation, I say, let's do it every single day. So when you embodied it, you have to do it, take the action to do it every day. But also it comes to your belief systems and your shadow work. So if I say I wanted to be a full-time YouTuber, so I would have to go inside. I could say that to the universe. I want to be a full-time YouTuber, and then the universe would show me every reason why I'm not becoming a full-time YouTuber. Like I'm not doing the work, I'm not editing, I'm not doing all the work to become that what I say I am. Do you see what I'm saying? So I have to work through it. Why am I procrastinating? Why am I not doing it? And get the answers through. And then when I do, then the manifestation will just come. I won't actually have to do anything. It will just automatically come to me. I've noticed that a lot. If I work through my shadow work through my unbeliefs of myself, my unworthiness, my not trusting myself, my sadness, my all the things that we go through, jealousy, whatever. If I work through that and then I'm working on a manifestation, as soon as I let all that go and journal it and go through it and realize this is what I'm doing, I will get that manifestation like that. And I will be able to maintain the manifestation. Here's the thing. We are more than likely going to get our manifestations almost all the time because it's focused. Whatever we focus on, we get. But can you hold the manifestation? Not if you do the shadow work. Not if you don't do the shadow work. If you don't do it, it will go. That's why people win the lottery and they can't maintain the money, is because they don't know what to do with the money. And we were never taught, none of us, to invest and all the tax breaks and all this other stuff. We don't know that. So we can't blame ourselves for that or other people. Nobody's taught us that. This is not what they teach us in school. They teach us to get a job, work for the man, W-2, pay taxes, pay the government. The real thing is to work for yourself and have your own money. So, but if you wanted to do that, you would have to embody yourself to do that. Now, here's another thing for me. I could go and open a store anytime. I've done it a million times. But for my online business, I do eBay. I could do it full time, but something in me keeps keeping it part-time, because I have beliefs that I have to work through to get to the belief that I can bring in full-time income for eBay to support me. I'm saying it right here. And the shadow work is, why do you believe this is not true? You ask yourself questions until you work through it. And I'm going to work through that, which I've been doing eBay a lot lately, and it's been bringing more income, that's your manifestation. But you have to embody. You have to be in your body and embody what you say. Like, I want to go to the gym, but we don't go because you haven't embodied being that person that goes to the gym. Oh, hi, I'm a person that goes to the gym. Me? No, I have a membership. Do I go to the gym? Sometimes, not all the time. I'm not embodied of going to the gym every day. Now, I do walk every day. I will say I do that. I walk my dog every day. One of the jobs that I do, I'm walking constantly. So I have embodied the walking. So would I say I'm a walking person? Do I walk? I would say yes. Do I go to the gym every day? No. Now, if I want to go to the gym every day, and I'd have to, what's the limited beliefs? Well, I don't want to get up and go. But I'm paying for it. I don't want to work hard on my muscles. Yeah. Why? And then you ask yourself, I'm sitting here asking myself, but asking yourself the things. So whatever you want to be, you need to write it down. And then you need to ask yourself, who do I have to become to get to this goal? Because here's the thing. You take the steps 1, 2, 3, and then God will bring you 10. So yes, it's a co-creation with God, and you will manifest it. And you will manifest it way quicker once you start taking the steps to embody it. Then you'll just be it. Then I will just be a gym goer. I will just be somebody that works out all the time. I will just be an eBayer. I will just be a YouTuber. Once I take the steps to start doing it all of the time, like every single day, something little bitty that I can do, even 3 or 4 minutes a day to embody it. You have to embody it. You can't be like, well, I know about meditation and I know about shadow work, but I don't ever do it. That's not embodiment. Embodiment is doing the work, embodying, getting into your body. Now, not only to get your manifestations, embody who you want to be, which this is what I'm going through right now, but for me to be in my body. A lot of the time when we are working and we're taking care of kids, we are not being in our body. We're not asking our body what it wants, how it feels, even the food we eat. Our body will let us know if we are eating the right food. It will feel good. If you eat something and you're running to the bathroom, it's not something you should be eating. So right before I did this video, I was going to do it earlier, and I was fixing these lights. I'm like, oh, I want the lights on. Cut myself, didn't even know I had blood everywhere. I had blood over here, blood in my chair, blood on my mouse. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I wasn't in my body. We jump out of, actually we do. I need to do a video on this about, we jump out of our body in times of hurt, in times of pain. But our soul wants us to be in our body and feel the pain and go through it. So like if you want to embody being whatever it is you want to be, you have to feel the negative part of it. Why am I not doing it? Why am I not working forward? You know, somebody might have told you you don't have to work. Somebody might have told you you have to work too hard. It just depends on all these things you have to go through in a journal. That's how I do it. And there's practices. It's journaling. It might be tapping. It might be EMDR. I've had to do that for quite a bit of things. It might be hypnosis. I have done all these things to overcome these things, to embody who I am now. Now, we're always trying to, if you have a goal, embody something bigger, something better. But I had to embody a person that, you know, did this thing and embody. I'm embodying the spiritual person. When I first become this knowledge, knowing all the knowledge, spiritual stuff, and I would get on and I would speak it to everybody, I was actually being in my spiritual ego because I was just telling everybody like what to do. This is what you do. And then I started embodying it. Now I do. I live by the spiritual. Like in seconds, if something happens to me, I'm like listening to Monty. What are you trying to tell me? Oh my gosh, stop. Don't rush. Take a rest. Don't eat that food. Don't take that supplement. Don't take that pill. I was on antibiotics the other day. I didn't never take them. I asked my body, do you want me to take these? No. And I'm like, okay. And then I asked the next day, do you want me to take these? The answer was no. Okay. So then I looked it up. Candida, which is what I have right now, just mild. I used to have it really bad. But so if you take antibiotics, it just inflames it more. And I thought, Lord, thank you, which is my intuition. I have embodied my intuition. I listen to what it says. If I'm not sure about something, I will ask it, is this water good for me? Yes or no? I will ask if a pill every day I'm doing, is this vitamin C, vitamin D, you know, all the stuff. Is it okay for me to take? You have to do that with your life. Does this feel good to embody this? Because our ego says, oh, you don't have to do anything. You can just stay home and you don't have to go to the gym and you don't have to embody anything. You can just lay around and watch Netflix all day. That's not going to get you anywhere. If you have goals and you want to be a way shower, showing the way of the light, the spiritual light, then you can't sit around and watch Netflix all day and eat candy. Now, do I watch TV? I do now, but for years I didn't watch TV until I embodied the spiritual person and knew who that I was to be then. I knew that I was the spiritual person then. And until I got there and be able to relax and watch TV, I wasn't sure. I was in my spiritual ego. I was always telling, if you are telling people your knowledge, like you need to do this, or that's the spiritual ego. If you're just saying this is the knowledge and this, you can accept it or you don't have to, you can embody it. You don't have to. but it is the best for the highest good of all of humanity, then that's when you're just in alignment with your soul purpose. You're giving people knowledge instead of telling people what to do. There's a difference. I used to do that. When I first woke up, I was like, you need to do this and you need to do that. And because when you first wake up, you can see what everybody needs. I can still see what everybody needs, but now I don't tell them unless they ask me. But before I would just tell them, spiritual ego. And then I embodied who I was. I embodied the meditation. I embodied the self-care and love for myself, and then realize that not everybody is on the journey, but if they ask for my help, I will give them gladly, because this is what I want to do. This is why all these videos are out here. I want to have everyone embody this with me so we can all live this better life. Humanity is going to turn around and be a better place to be with everybody that's loving and caring and compassionate, not crazy and, 5-year-old little brats, because that's what I used to do. I was 45 years old having a tantrum. You can't do that. I mean, you can, but if you want to embody your goals and your dreams and you have to have responsibility. You have to embody this. You have to say what you want to be and then do it. And you will see that once you start taking the steps to become who you want to be, that God, the universe, will bring it in and you will just be it, and it will not be any pressure. It's just, yeah, I'm a spiritual teacher. Yes, I'm an eBayer. Yes, I'm a YouTuber. That's it. It'll just be. And it's just like you're being a mom or you're being a dog mom. It's just like that. You're just that. And that's what you will be. And it'll be that easy. But you have to become, and you have to do the shadow work. Unfortunately, we have to, if you want to keep it, any dream that you have and you want to keep it, because I do self-sabotage. It could be like, do you make $100,000 a year? Has anybody ever made $100,000 a year in your family? Maybe not. You're the person to make it. Oh, then how do you feel about that? How do you feel about it? There's answers. Well, maybe I will feel that people will feel that I'm better than them. That's not true. Or even if they do, that's not true. That's still not true. We're all one. We're all the same. We're all love. Our soul. We're all souls living in a body. We're not bodies living in a soul. We were born in this body and our soul's in here and it guides us through. And then our soul goes back when our body lays to rest. That's it. So our soul's always trying to lead us and tell us. So our 3D reality is our body, and it's always, and our ego. And then our higher self is like, listen to me. Our life is glorious. We're amazing. We're beautiful. We're love, because that's what we all are. And unfortunately, we have to fight the ego and the body, all this to get to what we want. But this is what we signed up for. We signed up for this school of life, and we can be whatever we want. It's all in here. We just have to go in here to find it. It's never going to be outside of us. Nobody's ever been able to go to the gym for you. Nobody's ever been able to eat for your body. Nobody's been able to love your child the way you love them. Nobody's been able to love your husband the way. All of it's in you. You just have to move the negative, bad, unlearning stuff. The stuff that you learned as a child, you have to unlearn it so you can be the better version of yourself right now. And that's how it is. It's called embodiment. It's called being in your body and realizing this is what I do. So if you become a YouTuber, we're just going to use that, then you have to make videos, you have to edit, you have to do all these things. And I do this not all the time, because I'm not used to it. I'm used to just going to work a 9-to-5 job because that's what I've always done. Now, do I work a 9-to-5 job? No, I haven't for like 7 years. But I do work a couple hours a day at a typical job that that gives me an hourly raise, hourly pay. Now, I don't, sometimes it's $5, it's never $5. Sometimes it's $20 an hour, sometimes it's $70 an hour. It just depends. But I don't have to clock in and clock out and all that stuff. And I don't have, I can leave whenever I want, and it's freedom. But I love imagine the online business, the YouTube, the eBay, which I could be fully working from online. And a part of me is still stuck in, I can't do that. Now, the younger people, they're on it because this is the way they were raised. Everything's going to be online, and they just have the freedom of life. And I have a lot of freedom of life, which is great because I can see where some of my life I have been manifesting and embodying this kind of life. And it's amazing, and I love it. But I just wanted to talk to you guys about that because we all wake up and then we're like, I'm just going to sit on the couch and wait for my manifestations to come. You can't. You have to embody. You have to embody it if you want to. And then you have to visualize it. Visualization. You have to meditate on it. You have to ask yourself the big questions. Why isn't this manifesting? Or why did I cut my finger? I haven't looked yet. We're going to find out. Why am I having this illness? Why does my back hurt? Why do I need to be in my body? Ask yourself these questions. God and the universe is always here to tell you something. Don't you see when a butterfly comes, you're like, oh my God, that's my dad. That's my mom. That's, whoever. The pain in your back is telling you something. The cut on your finger, it's telling you something. And once you listen, you can find out. And it might just be you have to go through that to get to your manifestation. I'll tell you, you almost always have to go through something negative to get your manifestation, because it's true. If you say, God, I just want to be a writer, then he's going to send you everything that is going to be negative to be about a writer. Well, you have to sit, you have to write, you have to be responsibility for yourself, because nobody can just write it for you. Well, they can, but if you want to embody being the writer, there's a lot of things you have to be the coming. And on the way is the journey. Don't ever dismiss the journey, because the journey is the best. We always get our manifestation. Like 2 or 3 months, I think I was looking at 12 houses. Finally, I found this house, and I got this house, and I was like, oh, I got this house. It lasted for about 10 minutes. And then I embodied doing all this work, and then I embodied tiredness. So yes, do I love it? I absolutely love it. Safe place, feel amazing. But the high that I got was only for like 10 or 15 minutes, and then it was done. But I have to embody still being here, because I could just say, I'm not going to do this and go. I've done that a million times. I have been traveling all over the world. But no, I want to stay here. It feels good. Until it doesn't feel good, this is where I will be. And that's another thing. In our jobs, you might want to do this and then next year do that, or do both of them. That's what I do. I do like 2 or 3 jobs at once, and it all feels good to me. So I'm like, why argue with it? And I'm trying to add more. Things like passive income that doesn't take a lot of time, because I really love my time. Not that I don't love money. I just don't want to work hard for money. I just want money to come to me, and I will be able to live my life and have the time of my life. So if you understood this at all, the video about you have to embody and get in your body, and your body will tell you. So if you have an illness, ask your body what it's trying to tell you, because if you're trying to manifest something in your body might have to clear before you get your manifestation. That's just life. That's just how it works. It's working for people that aren't awake. They just don't know to ask. They don't know how to heal. And so they live with the disease. Me, I was like journaling, asking. I will not stop. I will literally not stop until I find out the answer, because I do not want to live with any illness, disease, anything like that. We're always being guided, you guys, always being guided. And it makes me happy because I feel like, oh my God, does it always feel good? No, not if you have a lot of shadow work to do. But once you do it and then it's over and it feels like $1,000,000, it feels like you won the lottery, because your manifestation comes and you can keep it if you've done the shadow work. All right, you guys, I love you so much. I am going to leave a couple links down here. I'll leave a couple of videos up here. If you like, please share, subscribe, and give me a comment. Tell me something you're trying to manifest. Tell me something you want to embody. I love you guys so much. Bye. I got to go find out why my finger is bleeding everywhere. Thank you. Love you. Bye.